is lash bath. So I like to do 1 to 2 pumps, depending on how large the surface area is on the client. And I'll just take my little lip wand, and in a downwards motion, you're gonna do this, okay? And then I do like to kind of just go also along the bottom area where the eye pads are gonna sit. Okay, and you're gonna do that just till you're satisfied that you've got everything. If they are wearing makeup, you might have to do it a second time. Okay, so now that we're happy, we're just gonna kind of go dab, dab, dab. You can dab the bubbles away, and then I like to just hold the towel up and just do a little rinse. Okay. So after you have done the lash wash on both sides, you can take your fan and just gently fan the client eyes back and forth, just to make sure all the water's off, because the next step we are going to get them to open their eyes back up. And then because we are doing a mannequin, I'm going to take her little eyelids out. And the next step is we are going to place the eye pads and draw a map. Okay, so when we place the eye pads, you always want to start off right in the corner here. Okay, you're gonna hold your finger there and you're gonna gently press down and tuck all those little baby bottom lashes down. So you can do that on both sides. So you always want to start right on the inside. And so we always want to start our lash map with the beginning, indicating the beginning and the end of the set. Okay, and then the arch is going to be about here. So this is the area where we're going to emphasize for the natural. Okay, so that's going to be the longest length. So we chose 11 already, so we're going to write 11 there. And then we're going to, because we're only using 4 different sizes today, we are going to break this up into 3 sections. So we start with an 8, 9, and a 10, and then 11 there. And then for natural, I like to kick down 2 millimeter. Now, lash mapping is something that you will find kind of your own little groove in doing. As you get into doing more and more lash sets, it just becomes more natural. So if you find this part a little bit intimidating, just refer back to the map that I have provided you in the design section of this training. And that'll be a really good guide for you to start off with. Okay, so the next part is I'm going to get my lash palette ready. So I'm going to use my micro pore tape. Just kind of grab a little piece. And this is what's going to keep your jade stone nice and clean, so you don't have to soak it for a whole day and a half until the adhesive drop comes off. And it also helps keep the adhesive drop as a nice little dome. We're going to shake the adhesive. If it's your first client of the day, you're going to want to shake for 3 minutes. If you've already shaken your adhesive today, it's only going to be about 15 seconds. So I'm going to get one of my little adhesive wipes ready here, because I like to burp my bottle. before I drop, just to make sure there's no adhesive stuck in. See, I can kind of see it. So I'm gonna just do a little burp and kind of get it out. Yep. And then we're gonna do the glue drop. Perfect. I really find I have much better luck doing a glue drop when I have the tape there. Sometimes if the jade stone is at a funky temperature, you'll notice that the glue dot won't stay at dome. It'll kind of flatten out, and you really don't want that because it's going to affect the way how your retention is on your client. Okay, so I'm going to start with the inners, and we're just going to, for the first ones, we just like to lash whichever ones are the easiest. Sometimes the inners are a little bit tricky, but I just like to get a few of them on there. Okay. Oh, I have to move my glue dot over on this side. So I am a left-handed lash artist. So if you are wondering why my lash palette is on the opposite side as to what you feel is natural, that's exactly why. So if you're right-handed, you're gonna wanna have everything on the right-hand side, nice and easy for you to grab. And for the mannequin, it's always good to just kind of try and pull up a little bit, make sure you've got that contact. That one's going to be a little tricky right now. Okay, now we're going to do one in the exact same section on the opposite side. There it is. And then we're going to continue. So with a 9mm in the next section here. And again, just lash the ones that are talking to you first. Some that they're gonna look really easy to lash. Like for instance, this one right here. It's easy. I barely even have to isolate. But because we are working on practicing and building our muscle memory, we want to still make sure we're isolating correctly. Okay. And 11, I'm just gonna do one pass for the video. Thing we're going to do is we're going to check the water line. Make sure we don't have any stickies on that little iPad there, because it's easier to unstick it before we go through the drying process than it would be later on once we have started curing the outer layer of the lashes. Okay, so now we can take our fan. We're going to just engage it lightly, and you're going to fan back and forth for 2 to 3 minutes. You now do your nano mister. And again, this is going to be a very light back and forth for about 30 seconds. Okay. Once you are happy that everything is completely dried, you may remove the iPads. The way how we remove them is we start from right against here, against the nose. We're gonna just, you can use your tweezers and just gently pull them off your client, okay? So again, from this side, start from the middle, and I always like to put my finger there to hold their skin down. And then just come a little bit closer again, and you're gonna wanna hold the skin, okay? And then I like to just kind of rub it for them because sometimes there's a little bit of sticky stuff left on their skin. Now the final step, after we have completed their lash set, we can go ahead and do a second lash bath. Ooh, she's getting a full facial today. Don't do that. Don't do that to your client. Try not to anyway, sometimes I do. Okay, so we're gonna just take our little squeeze bottle. Okay, you can also get them to tilt their head, just very slightly. Okay. Do one more little squirt if you want. And there you have it, a beautiful lash set.